Often, the most ridiculous things in life make us worry to the point that they end up controlling our thoughts, happiness, and lives. A friend of mine worries so much about forgetting to turn off the oven when she leaves her house that she ends up systematically coming back shortly after having left. It takes her so many hours of her life to carefully check that everything is in place before she is able to leave. Another friend of mine, who's deeply worried about flying, works for an international company and has to board planes on a regular basis. Every time, the fear of flying kicks in days before and makes him feel sick. Worries about the worst that can happen control their decisions in life altogether. Thinking in probabilities, however, has helped them to rationalize these fear and anxiety. Now, when the uncomfortable feeling of worry arises, my friend thinks to herself, how many times have I forgotten to turn the oven off? Maybe one time. Okay, and how many times has the house burned down when I was away? Never. The house has never burned down, and it probably won't burn down today. My other friend now asks himself, how many times have I been on a flight? Probably over 100 times, and I've never had an accident. Taking the car is probably more dangerous. Thinking by the law of averages can help us rationalize worry and anxiety to deal with them accordingly. One industry has already took advantage of this law long time ago. Insurance companies. They are betting with you and me that certain things we are afraid of will not happen. And the law of averages is on their side and makes their business prosper. Here is takeaway number 4. Use the law of averages to rationalize your worries. I want to share with you a story that has deeply affected my attitude towards life. Against all expectations, a friend of mine was diagnosed with cancer. The cancer was already spread so widely that it was too late for an operation. She had to quit her job and accept that life as she knows it would no longer be the same. Despite her misfortune, her reaction was amazing and truly inspiring. I'm sure she must have suffered wondering why this had happened to her. I was and would have been for sure if it had happened to me. She remarkably stayed positive and more radiant than ever before. She continued with her healthy lifestyle and irreversibly focused on herself and her well-being. She found inner peace through meditation, traveled and attended seminars that strengthened her mind and soul. She spent time with people that really mattered to her. More importantly, she believed in herself and firmly held the conviction that she could defeat cancer. And she did it. The cancer shrunk so much that she could now undergo surgery. Meanwhile, she had significantly transformed her life positively within this time. She found what she wanted to do with her precious life, discovered who she really was, and learned what truly matters to her. Her story showed me how powerful our minds can be, how much healing we can create if we stop worrying and believe in the power within us. As Marcus Aurelius figured it out long time ago, our life is what our thoughts make it. We should always remind ourselves of the warmth of the sun when there are heavy dark clouds in our mind. Eventually, these thoughts become our reality. Takeaway number 5. Positive thinking brings life on your side. When was the last time you wish you did not have to wake up at 6 a.m. for work? Do you remember that day when you could not find the shirt you wanted to wear because it was still drying? Then, unable to find a parking spot in front of the office, you had to walk an extra 200 meters to get there. For lunch, your friend was running 8 minutes late. Coming home, you were frustrated and stressed from work, getting in a heated argument with your partner about something completely meaningless. Did you really want these little things to steal your happiness? When we are facing life-changing issues, we often deal with them without the slightest sight. Dale Carnegie illustrates this concept in the following example. There once was a small tree. It grew and grew every year and became bigger and stronger. It stood there for ages, namely for centuries. Several times it was hit by lightning. It survived many floods and storms. It witnessed wars and did not get any harm. This tree seemed invincible. Then, little bugs began to corrode the tree's roots, its leaves, and its strong trunk. The tree was slowly consumed, fell, and finally died. It was not the big catastrophes that tore the tree down, but the little bugs that made it fall. Now, every time we start complaining about the small things, we should imagine being caught in a submarine, 150 meters under sea level, with bombs that could possibly hit us at any time. How important would these small things be to us? Wouldn't we swear never again to complain about them and instead want to be happy for what we have? Takeaway number 6. Don't allow small things to bother you and take away your happiness. If you like this, you might also like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. You want free summaries and further big ideas? Sign up for free on www.myndgate.me.